So, hello guys, hello. I think I'm audible, but let's see. Hello all. Hello. Okay. So, let's wait for some time, okay? So, yeah, hello Noor Mohammed. Hello, hi. Nice to meet you. Glad you are back. Okay, so this video we'll be discussing about this hack the boxes active walkthrough. So, this is based on an active directory. So, we go through some few stuff over here. So, I'll show you what we go through as well. Okay, so let's see. So this is my personal notes. Okay, so let's go to the active directory part and the post compromise attacks. And there is something called as group policy preference attack. So this is what we'll be discussing for today. So like what happened in the sense like the credentials of some particular users are mentioned in some it is like encrypted in such a way that it can be easily decrypted. So you can find it in some location called as sysvol location, where there is some file called as groups.xml, and you can try to get that. So I will discuss about that. Okay, so in the meantime, let me share this link on all the stuff so that more people can join. I thought to go live tomorrow, yesterday, but I had some other work, uh, so it was not possible for me. But yep, that's fine. So yep, that being said, so yeah, so let's start. So I already started this machine, so it is available on Hack the Box, and it can be fine. Like if you want to do it, you should have the premium subscription. Okay, because this is a retired room, so in order to access the retired room, so you need to have the premium subscription. And also guys, if you want to end up if you want to be part of this channel's community, you can check out my Discord server, the link in the description below. And also you can, if you want to follow me personally, you can check out my Twitter, and you can go over there. A leaked password database, like you can go I already made a video about that, Atul. Okay, so there is something called as uh, dehashed. Okay, so there is a website called as dehashed. Okay, so I'll name it. I already made a video about that. If you want, you can go and check that. So dehashed is a tool where you can find out all these leaked credentials, but in order to view those credentials, right, you need to pay it. And the payment is pretty normal. Okay, it's not too much, or it's like you can buy some like 7 days plan, like it's like $5 or so. So you can go and you can check that out. I personally use it sometimes if I want to go through some stuff, but that's fine. Yeah, thank you, Lalit, thank you. And let's start. So I already start. So this is my Kali. So if you've been following me for some while, so I upgraded my Kali. So now it is having GNOME version. It is running on GNOME. Like my previous version of Kali broke because of some issues, and it's like the storage is also done, because I downloaded this breached credentials and stuff. So I gone with the new one. I got with the fresh installation. And you can see I already started running this nmap scan on this thing, and you can see there is some few ports like 53 445, like DNS, SMB, NetBIOS, like the RPC client and some sort of stuff like that. By seeing this port, like there is a port 88 open, so 88 is a Kerberos. Like most probably when you are doing a pen test, right, when you find something like DNS, and most probably Kerberos and some sort of stuff like that, like you can guess, like there is a good chance that it may be a domain controller. Okay, but as I'm already telling you, it is a domain controller itself, so no need to worry. Okay, so yep. Yeah, if you have any questions, let's wait. Like this is an easy room, so we'll solve it. Like we'll be going through some sort of stuff. So so we'll be discussing an exploit thing called as a group policy preference attack. So I'll leave the link for this. So this is the resource link. Okay, so I think why it got pinged 2 times. Don't need to. Doing it and delete those. Okay, so fine. So this is like a group policy pawnage or whatever you can call. So you can see that this is like is it some sort of like configuration which allowed the administrators to create domain policies with embedded credentials. Like in order to make any changes to the policies or some sort of stuff, they need some sort of credentials, and these are embedded in some sort of like an configuration files. Like this is like I think it's available before Windows Server 2008, I guess, or from 2008, I guess. I'm not sure. Like before, from like 2008 and before servers. Okay, so you can simply go through that, and you'll find some sort of like you'll find some sort of file like this, an XML file, and where you can see the C password. There is a term called a C password, and C password is nothing but like an encrypted stuff. So you can decrypt that with some tool. Okay, and you can try that, and you like you can see there's a tool called a GPP decrypt, and you can go over there and you can find out the password. It's like pretty simple attack, but you need to have a bit of patience, okay, in order to do that. Okay, let's go ahead. Like you have like I'll be going in a shortcut manner. Okay, so let this scan complete. I'll open a new tab. So we have like since we are already having SMB, right, so we'll go through the SMB client. You can see there are some few because I saw this room like many days before. So 10.100, so that's an IP, and you can see I'm just listing out, so I don't know the password. I'm just going to hit enter, and you can see anonymous login is successful. You have like few servers like replication and some sort of stuff like that, but what we read previously is like syswall is a location where it has, right? So if you go through this what you say, this documentation or whatever you can call, you can see it is mentioned that it is available in the syswall, so you can go over there, but it's like a rabbit hole, guys. Like there won't be anything over there. Okay, so we can remove this -l option, and we can add double slashes. You can add single slash also, like sometimes it get skipped, so that's the reason I'm doing that. So sys wall, I don't know password, I'm hitting, and you can see it is not going to connect because it is how it is. Like they moderate a little bit. Okay, so where you are going to find that file is based on this replication. Okay, so you can simply go to this same, you can edit the same location, REPLICATION, and I'm just connecting over that. I'm just going to hit enter. It is not connecting. Okay, fine. Well, let's remove the like the slashes. Like sometimes even this also works, a double slash and stuff. You can see it is working. So like these are like some sort of stuff, guys. Like you'll face it like normally. Okay, generally you face that. Okay, like if I do an ls over here, so you have a directory called as active.htb, so go through there. Okay, so if you go over there, so there are some sort of files here like policies and sort of stuff. Okay, but there is something called as, so I'll go show you something. So smb client mget, or there is something called as an mget no prompt. So like you can get all these files. Okay, like there are like you can manually download them. Okay, like but these are so many directories. Okay, you can't always do that, right? So there is a simple option like you can go over this any of this resource. So there is something called as mget no prompt. You need to turn the recurse mode off. Okay, so recurse I think just a minute. Recursive like you can download this whole directory, so that is how I basically do. Okay, if you want you can do that basically, but it's fine. You can see recurse is on, recurse is off, and prompt is recurse is on. Sorry, since you're downloading recursively, right, you should on that, and you need to do that. So I'll do that simply. So I'll go to cd space dot dot. Let's try. Okay, so recurse mode, since we're doing it recursively, recurse on. Okay, so prompt, so prompt in the sense like if there are any issues, right, pass like sometimes you may not access few files, so it will not go showing, not going to show any prompt. So mget and star, so it is going to download everything. Okay, so that is how it should work. Like even I don't know these commands, like I recently discovered them. Like previously I used to go through them manually, but there is some mget features like which you can use and you can find out. Bro, what is a honey trap? Could you explain? Honey trap is something like is something where the company generally used to waste your time. like, see, let us assume that you are pen testing some sort of like what you say, Tesla, and when you find something like VSFTPD 2.3.4 running on there, then it is definitely going to be honey trap. Like honey trap intentionally, the intention is like to capture the these hackers, like their it will log everything, it will log everything. Okay, so honey trap, so like it looks easy for you, but it is going to waste your time, as also it is going to log your stuff, log your data, so that they can go to the law agencies and stuff. Okay, so that is how it is. And you can see, like, guys, you can see it downloaded everything. You can see some getting files over there and something like that, something like that. And if you go over there, so there is a file called as let's see, there is a file called groups.xml. So if you observe this, so this groups.xml is a file where you basically find this stuff. So I'll just go to this location, copy, like already I downloaded that, but like we'll do here itself. Okay, so if you want, you can go through the downloaded path as well, so no issues. So if I do an ls, once again you have a file called as group.xml. Like you can download it, but since like you need to go through them up like every time, so if you turn on the recursion, if you download everything, right, so you'll find it easily. Okay, so that's the reason I told you. But like if you find the file, right, for example, you are really lucky, and if you find out the file in like normal place, like you can do something like get in groups.xml, and it is going to be downloaded simply. But if you don't know, like sometimes you may get like a share which consists of like so many directories. In those mode, like downloading all that is like it's going to do sometime, because sometimes this smb connection stays. Okay, so that's the reason. So I'll hit exit. So I got my file. So I'm going to delete this active.hdb. So like if you want, you can go through others as well. As I already know this thing, it's not a use, it's not much useful for me. So if I do this groups.xml, you can see there is something called as if you go over here, like you can see something called as C password. Okay, and this is the C password, and also there is something called as a username, and the username you can see active.hdb. So now we need to edit this file as well. Like if you could wait for some time for in this nmap scan, you can see there. But since the nmap scan is not yet done, right, so here you can see, since you are by looking at this, you can get a clarity that, oh, you are dealing with a what you say, this domain controller. So just go ahead and edit this host file. So it is simple. So just go to the bottom and just paste the IP. Okay, and also the resolving name, so active.hdb in my case. Like it may be different for you, so it can be simple. So control s and then control x. So that's the basic thing. And just copy this thing, just copy the C password, the value. Like don't get confused, so copy everything within the quotes. Okay, so there is something called as gpp decrypt. You will get it with impacket, I guess. So I'm not sure, but you will get it with impacket. Okay, so impacket is a toolkit. Okay, so which can solve a lot of stuff. So mostly I use impacket like for active directory attack. So most of the people use it for that itself. So if you want, you can like there is some few versions with this impacket. So if you are running the latest version, some of these tools may not work. So 0.9.19 is like the good version. So I already made video on that. Like if you guys want, you can go and check that out. Okay, so do you give personal trainings? Yes, I give personal training. So you can WhatsApp me at 91955361115. So these are one-to-one trainings. Okay, it is going to be paid. Okay, if you want, you can connect. Like it's not force. Okay, like if you want, you can learn it on your own. I'm not saying I'll teach everything, but like it is going to be a one-to-one session. Okay, like you and I will be going to connect for some time, and you can ask your personal doubts or whatever it is. So just WhatsApp me at this number 955361115. Like this is like my business number. You can't call because the sim is inactive. You can only WhatsApp me. Okay, please, sorry. Okay, so that being said, so let's go back. You have the GPP decrypt. So this is a, as I told you, once you install this impact, it is going to be coming over there. I just paste the password or this C password, for example. Let me hit enter. And you can see it is going to get decrypted pretty easy, because it's like vulnerable, or what you say, encryption algorithm. It is using a vulnerable encryption algorithm. So this is the password we got, and also let's copy the username. So it is a service thing. So SVC TGS. So TGS, like there is something called as Kerberoasting. So TGS, TGT, something, some sort of stuff like that. If you want to know more about this Kerberoasting and stuff, right? So I already made a detailed video. So there is something called as an SPN users. For example, let me go to the YouTube. Let me go to my channel itself. So Kerberoasting Satvik, for example. So deep dive into the Kerberoasting. So I made a detailed video on how this Kerberoasting works. Like I can tell you, but sometimes there is something called as an service account has some sort of an SPN. So SPN in the sense like there is a resource. I'll just show you. I don't have the resource as of now, but article link, let me open this article link. So Kerberoasting is a sort of attack, like you can only do this Kerberoasting attack once you have like some sort of like initial access, since we already have the credentials, right? Like you can see this is you cannot use these credentials, okay? Like these credentials, with these credentials you cannot even get a shell. Like you can try the PSXEC, evil WinRM and all this stuff. Evil WinRM is not going to work, okay? Like PSXEC, WMAXEC, SMBXEC, whatever you may try, it is not going to work. Because these passwords are, this doesn't have like login access, some sort of stuff. So that's the thing. So this is one of the good articles. So with this, what you say, once you have the credentials, right, you can request for something called as like TGS. So TGS in the sense like ticket granting server. It is nothing but like some sort of like what happens in the sense, right? So service account generally run, like for example, no one is going to log into the service account, so they are going to run on their own. Like for example, a normal administrator logs in and he requires some sort of an application which requires SQL service. So SQL service, they are going to give an SPN. So SPN simply, like, it doesn't require credentials every time to log in, some sort of cookie sort of algorithm, you can say. Okay, so this is how it works. So like you will provide all your stuff, they'll grant you a TGT and then you will request for the TGS. So TGS is nothing but a hash. Okay, you can see there is a good explanation for this, so I'll leave the link for this. And also if you want, you can go through this video. This is also one good video, which is my video itself. So I'll leave the video. Yeah, we cannot log in. Like sometimes you can log in, sometimes there are chances, like I've seen it. Sometimes I've seen like SQL service on some sort of stuff, I was able to log in, but sometimes it's not possible. Like it's depends upon how they configured the environment. Okay, so you have like let's copy the username and also these stuff as well. Okay, so if you want to know more about the Kerberoasting, right, I'm going to show you how I'm going to exploit that. But if you want to learn more, like A to Z on the Kerberoasting, you can go through that video. It's one good video which I made, so you can go over there. So now we got the credentials. Okay, so let's look for the SPN accounts. As I told you, SPN is some sort of feature. Okay, so like you call it everything you call in what you say in this Active Directory attacks are like configuration itself. Like, these are like misconfigurations, like they are features, some sort of features, but these hackers exploit it. So how to use it? Make sure you have this impacket running or installed on your machine. So, and there is some tool called as get user SPN. So there is a by default get user SPN's tool, but .py tool, but it's not working for me for some reason, I'm not sure. But this impacket hyphen get user SPNs is working for me. Okay, so you can choose whatever you want, it's based on your convenience, but the tools are same. Okay, so and then I'm going to provide the credential, the domain name. Okay, so whenever you're dealing with the domain, this Active Directory, right, so don't just provide the username, just even provide the domain name as well. Okay, so it is going to do a lot of good for you. You can do like that. So this is the compromised account, and provide the DC IP, so domain controller's IP, which is this, and just hit enter. This just shows you which are SPN accounts. Okay, these are which SPN accounts. Okay, okay, it is taking time. It is going to ask you for the password. Okay, so just copy the password. So just keep everything somewhere. Okay, so it's not like whenever you're doing pen testing or CTF, so keep everything somewhere so that it is going to be good for you. So paste it. I don't know, it's a bit slow, but that's fine. You can see there is a person called as administrator, and he has this what you say, this SPN stuff. So now what we can get is like we can get the TGS. So TGS is nothing but a hash, you can say. Simply to put it simple, TGS is nothing but a hash which you can crack it, and the hash is the password hash. Okay, like as I told you, right, you don't need to log in every time. So by default these SPN accounts have this sort of hash, like like with this hash it's able to log in. So that is how it is done. So now since we are able to find out an SPN account, right, if you don't get any SPN accounts, then this Kerberoasting attack is not going to do any good for you. Okay, so since this is configured in such a way, right, so you can do that. Now the running is simple. So just add an option hyphen request. So now you are requesting for a TGS ticket. Okay, which is nothing but a hash. Just paste it, paste the password, sorry. and you are going to get this hash. You can see this is a TGS hash. You can see KRB so this is a TGS ticket, or you can say, simply to put it simple, it's nothing but a hash, guys. Okay, simple. You can see the administrator name, the name, domain, and something like something like that. So just copy everything. This is everything is going to be useful for you. Just going to just copy everything. Okay, so let's create a file, hash.txt. Just paste it, Ctrl S and Ctrl X. So hashcat has a module. Simple. So hashcat has a module called as 13,100. So I'll open a new tab. Hashcat hyphen help. And how to find it is simple. So you can grep all the time. So TGS, for example, or Kerberos, you can type anything. You can see TGS rep. You can see there are so many types. Like this one works absolutely fine. Okay, so like if one's not working for you, you can always go and check for the other one. Okay, that's fine. So I'm just providing a module and the hash file, which consists of the hash, and also this is going to be my word list of my choice. Like, since it's a CTF environment, right, this is going to be fine. And option hyphen force, like this hashcat by default goes with GPU, but this is a virtual machine, and in virtual machine GPUs are not a thing, so we only deal with CPU. So five hyphen force, in the sense like you're telling that we are going to deal only with the CPU. So just hit enter. So guys, I think you guys are liking the stream, so it is going to be done in some time. Okay, so this is like I'm going to make this active in a short format. Okay, so that let's see. So now you can see it is cracked, and you can see the password is Ticketmaster 1968. So this is the password which is relevant to that. So just paste it, and the user is like active dot htb. Okay, htb slash administrator. So now you can get shell through various ways. Like you can have like PSI. You cannot try evil winrm, okay, because it's not running. So for in order to run this evil winrm, you need to have this RPC clients and stuff, but it is not running. So for that, like you can try the psexec. So I already got it here. Like how psexec is also a tool that you can get it from Impacket. So you can do that simply, or you can also MSF console also had this psexec, or there is something like SMB exec, WMA exec. There are so many sort of stuff. Okay, you can use whatever you want. You have like SMB exec, WMI exec. Okay, so you can use whatever you want. Okay, WMI exec, for example, if one is not working, you can go ahead and you can choose other one. Okay, and the syntax is pretty simple. So like provide the domain name slash username and colon, and provide the password, and at the domain controller. You can see you got the shell. If I type who am I, you got it. Like you'll get it. Sometimes it is going to be less responsive. Like for example, you can type w smb exec, for example. Like it is not going to work. Okay? Sometimes it is not going to work. Like all are not going to work. psexec, like psexec, what it does is like it tries to upload some sort of like a reverse shell. Okay, these are some different stuff. Okay, wmexec has a different protocol, smbexec like different protocol, but this psexec, like it tries to upload some sort of an exploit. You can see by reading it, like you can see uploading a file. This is nothing but a shell. Okay, a reverse shell, and what it tries to upload over there, and with those credentials it tries to what you say, run that, and you are going to get the shell. So if I type who am I, you can see you are going to be NT authority system on the domain controller. So that means like you are the privileged user. Okay, so That is it. Like you can try PSA exec. There are so many tools in order to get the shell, okay, after getting the credentials. Okay, so that is it, guys. Like pretty simple. So this room is like pretty simple. So if you want, like you can do this in some sort of time. Okay, so that is it. So now you can go to this users file. What you can say, you can go to this this administrator desktop file, and you can get the stuff. Okay, so that is it, and you can have the you can see this is the full scan. So there is nothing much. I already done this, so you can now see over there. So there are some different ports as well. You can see Evil WinRM will work on some different ports. I guess you can try over that. Okay, like there are so many services over here. Like you can see a DNS service. You have like port 88, Kerberos, okay, Kerberos stuff, authentication. You can say these are so many ports. LDAP, so you can even find the LDAP port, LDAP and LDAP-S. So there are two. These two are like mostly you'll find it on these domain controllers. Okay, so like if you find this, what you say, this mostly 53 and 88 are going to be available on the domain controller, and also this LDAP and LDAP-S. So you'll find these two stuff on every domain controller possible. Okay, like till now, every room or box that I saw, that solved or did some stuff. So if I find these stuff, right, those are more, those are like active directory. I'm dealing with an active directory, or you can say like it is based on sometimes it may be based on some sort of like an internal network. So like initially you may get access to a different network, like different box, and once you pivot into an internal network, you may find this sort of like a domain controller sort of stuff. So that is it, like how it actually works. Okay, so yep, so that is it, guys, like for this what you say, this walkthrough. So if you guys have any questions or stuff, you can just go ahead and ask me. Like I'll be available for like some more time, 10 or 20 minutes, and then we can wind up. Okay, and also really thank you for staying tuned with me till the end. Okay, so the walkthrough is done. How to attack the WordPress connected server. I already made a video regarding that Srihan. Okay, so I already made a detailed guide on this WordPress. Like, see, hacking a WordPress in the sense, like the thing that I shown you in that website is like I just hacked into the WordPress server, like from a normal user to like I got a shell in that Linux server. Okay, like for example, there they are using Linux. Sometimes it may be Windows or whatever it is. Like you can check out my videos. Okay, I recently made a video. If you type this WordPress pen testing, and you will get a video on that. Okay, yeah. So any more stuff or whatever it is, you can just let me know. I'll be really happy to answer. Okay, so like I thought to upload a video, but like I made like live, like we've been missing live sometime. So most probably you will be get a video tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Okay, so yeah, that is it. So that is how you basically solve this active room. So I made it like what you say, some sort of fast track guide or some sort of stuff like that. But basically like once you start doing really right, so you'll face a lot of issues. Like you may go into the rabbit holes, you may go into a lot of stuff. So basically like try to solve them. Okay, so it is not going to be this simple. So it took around like for me like half an hour or more in order to solve this room. Like it, everyone has their different thing, right? So some may solve it in like 10 minutes, some may solve it in like half an hour. It depends completely. So yeah, so like try to be what you say consistent with that. Okay, so try to solve for like more time. like go through everything. Okay, so don't neglect anything. Okay, so most probably when you the thing that I shown you, right, this recursive download thing, you will encounter that most of the times. Okay, like intentionally the developers put it in such a way that what you say, like they intentionally not give you the direct file, they are going to give you like a lot of directories in between. So what happens in the sense, like they are, you are ultimately going to waste your time. Like if you keep on going searching in those directories, like the chance is like really less. So if you can download that, you can manually check them. Okay, so that is one thing that I want to say. And like not like, see, in the guide I told you, right, so the in the guide that I shown you, the I already linked that, the rapid 7 link. So there you can see it is mentioned like what you say, it is available in the sysvol location. But this, like, see, ctfs are like, ctfs or real time, it may be different. So as mentioned in that guide, I just gone through those, what you say, the sysvol location, but it's not available. So it's not like done over there, like you need to check everything. So that is how it is done. So ctfs are something like, you'll definitely, ctf gives you a guarantee that you'll find it somewhere, but you need to search with the proper stuff. Yes, I'm planning to do like at least weekly twice or some sort of stuff, most probably on Hack the Box. Mostly I do ctfs, like in ctf only I go through this active directory part. So yeah, I'll try to cover as much as I can. Okay, so I have this Hack the Box, like we have like limited to, what you say, only retired rooms, right? I can only show you the retired rooms because it's the policy with the Hack the Box. So yeah, like I shown you whatever I'm going to show you in this stream or whatever it is, I'm just going to show you in like a short format or some sort of stuff. But in the real time, like once you're doing it right, it will take you a lot of time. Okay, the one thing that you always need to focus on is like go through everything, like don't neglect any port. Sometimes I used to in the beginner stage I used to neglect some sort of ports. Okay, so whatever I used to neglect, so there lies the vulnerability. So it's always like that, so keep that in mind. Okay, so since these are ctfs, right, you don't have restrictions. Okay, you can run the multiple scans. Like for example, like if you're having two ports, like port 80 and 445 open, so you can go through the port 445, this smb port. In the meantime, you can put a directory or a directory and file scanning stuff in the background, so it goes on. But in real time, the requests are limited, so keep that in mind. Okay. Yeah, hi. And how many of you guys are like using this chat gpt daily? Wi-Fi monitoring like cam. Not sure, like be bit specific. Okay, so about Wi-Fi monitoring like cam. Like, is it a Wi-Fi monitoring cam or is it like I'm not clear. I'm not clear with your doubt, question or whatever it is. Okay. Oh, I got it. Okay. So like okay. Like there are some cameras, right? CCTV cameras within the Wi-Fi network. Okay. I used it personally. I even hacked like many of those. Okay. So it is good, like in until or unless you are keeping see, everything is good. Okay, so everything those are made are like yeah, it is possible. Like how it is that is what I'm telling you. Like no one can, like what you say, uh just can't go through everything. Okay, like see, when the government will monitoring us using Wi-Fi using some race, I'm not sure. How can they monitor us? I'm not sure. Like ray is a different thing, right? It's like has some sort of frequency. Like how will they monitor us? Like they, I agree that they monitor from the Wi-Fi level, but I'm not sure how can I make a video on CCTV. Yeah, you can do. I can do that. See, most of the time, how it is possible to hack a CCTV is like based on the credentials. Like I hacked like 3 to 4 CCTVs to be honest, but I didn't made any mess. I didn't mess up. I just logged in and I just seen their live stuff. Uh, Not the personal. Like CCTV, most you intend is like going to be on outer side itself. Okay, it's not going to be within your homes or sort of stuff. Like they use a default credential. Okay, sorry. So there used to be a person, okay. So when I tried to like in this is a new home, this is our new home, but in our old home, I fixed few what you say CCTVs, okay. So which is from CP Plus. So there is a brand called a CP Plus. So what happened in the sense like the person who is fixing those, he is like just using a password called as like I'm just shocked admin 101. So this is the password that he is using for everyone. Okay, like since these CCTVs are connected to a Wi-Fi, right? Like internet, right? So everyone can try to access them, like within that network. Okay, within that network, or like there are some app specific apps. Like for example, like for the company that I use, the CP Plus company that I use, they have some sort of an ID. Okay, for the CCTVs has some component called as a DVR. So DVR is nothing but a small CPU. Okay, small CPU. So the DVR is going to have some sort of ID. Okay, and what you can do is like you can put the ID, and if you try to use this same password, right? So you can do that. Like I was literally in shock. Okay, so I have some ID, some ID. So I gone through the previous IDs and I just pasted the same password and I was able to see them. It's not even a rocket science or some sort of stuff. Like default credentials are like we don't know, but default credentials are everywhere. Okay, routers like in our apartment there are so many people who use the same router passwords like admin password. Like default credentials are not going anywhere. Okay, people are just using it. But on the company level there are some like in the company or the corporate level there are some sort of what you say rules and some sort of stuff. But I don't track any phone number. What is the need of see, ultimately tracking a phone number in the sense like you don't have any right to do that. Okay, like you need to go through the network side, like the network provider side, and you need to go and get that. Like you cannot do that manually. Okay, so it's not that easy. Okay, it's not like as shown in the movies. Like law enforcement agencies has that rights through the through the help of IMEI ID. So how the catch is pretty simple. So like when you buy a new phone, right, a phone has some sort of IMEI IDs. Like if you have a two dual SIM, there are two IMEI IDs. So when you buy a phone, when you insert your SIM, so for example your SIM is Airtel, so your IMEI number gets linked with that phone number. Okay, so that is how it is linked. So now what you do is like you give, if you lost your phone, you will give that IMEI number to the department. So the department is going to work with that service provider, but people are just doing, it's a scam. Okay, it's a scam. I'll just say it's a scam because it's not possible. Like you should be able to hack the, it's not possible, man. Like not you cannot do possible. Okay, do that, it's fine. Okay, but it's not going to be possible. It's going to be done through the help of IMEI ID, but I don't know how you do that. Maybe it's a scam. Daily responsibilities, I'm like an AppSec engineer, so like we do some sort of like patchings and stuff. Okay, some sort of like blue team related mostly. We install some softwares like firewalls and all this stuff. Okay, so whatever it is, so we write some rules. Like it's mostly we try to protect the networks and stuff. Okay, the company's networks and stuff. So that is how it is done. Yeah, it is working. Uh, Android will I haven't tested, but maybe it will work. Okay, it is going to work. Most probably it will work. Your best hosting technique to find a person. See, to be honest, like I do stuff mostly for like fun and stuff. Okay, I don't have any grudges over anyone to find a person. I told you right. I just do it for fun. I'm not like some sort of what you say, some sort of paid hacker or some sort of stuff. Like I do just follow the pen test stuff. That's it. So any more doubts? You can just let me know, or it's done. I think we can wind up the session for some time. Face recognition. Okay, advice. Yep, that's it, guys. Like, really, thank you for staying tuned with me for tonight. I hope you learned something new. Okay, so yep. So if you want to connect with me personally, you can check out my Twitter and also the link, this Discord. So you can join me over there and we can connect over some stuff. Yep, that is it for today. Really, thank you for staying tuned with me for tonight. I'll meet again. If possible, I'll just let you know when I'm going to come live on my Discord or on my Twitter so you can check out from there. So, really, thank you. Good night. Take care.